everybody, welcome back to Stitch with me. My name is Crystal Rowe. Sometimes I forget that people watching, it may be their first time watching, so if this is your first time watching, first I'm going to tell you what I'm stitching. That is, right now I'm working on Country Cottage Needleworks Santa's Village, all one piece. This is laminated, so it might have some glare. I have done the first three, and I'm working on North Pole, or Santa's house. And after, which is I'm already getting messed up. And if you're new here, this happens a lot. So yeah, I'm working on Santa's house, and then once I finish this one, I will work on another project for a while, a non-Christmas project, because I pulled out all my other Christmas whip, well, several Christmas whips that I want to work on, and I work on this every day for at least 25 minutes a day. So that way I'll be working on a non-Christmas project for 25 minutes a day. I am stitching it on 14 count beige. I believe the brand is Weigert. It's from Fat Quarter Shop. I bought a huge piece of it. I think it's a 1 yard cut, because I still have a lot left over. Because it is 14 count, it need a big piece of fabric. And a little bit about myself. I live in South Carolina. I got a coughing dog in the kitchen, first of all. I have 3 dogs and 3 cats, so during every single video, there's going to be at least 1 dog or 1 cat either interrupting or getting a mention or barking or something. And I'm a mom of one 11-year-old. I'm a special needs mom and a homeschool mom. So, and I'm married. So, that's my quick little bio. So, thank you to everyone who hangs out. So, Corinne from Grace Note Stitcher, she has been doing a Haid series, how to start a Haid, or how she starts a Haid. And she did, yesterday she posted her video, and it was a, how she starts, and it was like a stitch with me, and I loved it. It was so nice just to sit there and stitch while she was talking and working on hers, and I'm like, you know, this is nice. So, I hope y'all enjoy mine. Y'all do leave me sweet comments, so I appreciate that. Alright, so I'm working on this green on the roof tiles. So I sat down and I can't find a 26 needle. So I'm just using a 28 and gonna see how it feels. And by I can't find means it's not within reaching distance. Because once I sit down, I have all this set up, and I have like the camera here and everything, or my phone set up on the holder. I'm kind of locked in. So to get a size 26 needle out of my stuff, I'd have to move everything. So, but if I have to, I will. But I'm going to try with a 28. So, hope everybody's day is going good. It's been a little crazy around the row house. Yesterday, Parker had a couple friends over, and he had a really rough night. So, we were all just ready to go to sleep. Alright, let me figure out where people left off. So, right here. Yeah, right here. And also, if you're new here and you see these lines, these are from my friction pen. So, when I started over here, I really only put lines up here to mark off, to do this, so that I knew that I could go by that to go down. But then by working from the top down, I messed up the second house. I started too soon and had to build my snow up and add a footer to this house. So by this one, I added in my friction lines completely instead of just sporadically. and it really helped me stitch it. And so I did the same thing on this. And then when I'm done with this one, I will iron the whole top of this piece and try to make it look nice. But these will iron out. Now, there are some fabrics that they will mark, so always test your fabric up in the corner and see if the friction lines. What happens is they don't leave the colored lines, they will leave a white mark. It'll like kind of bleach the sorry about that. It'll kind of like bleach the fabric a little bit, and on darker fabrics it's really obvious. So this is a light fabric, so it's not a big deal. It was fine on the test. Stacy of Stacy C Stitches is doing this on a blue, and it's beautiful. And I totally regret not using a blue because hers looks so good. The colors pop on it so well. I love it. And I'm like, oh, why didn't I use a blue? So then I saw on Instagram that I think it was a cross stitch store posted a model that was done on 25 count Lori Holt Prim Lugana, which is a little bit dark. It's definitely a darker color, and it looked great too. So, no. Okay. Yeah, this pattern on top is a little bit different than this pattern, so I gotta double check. So both of those are great options. All the colors really pop on those colors. So, but it, you know, it is what it is. I'm still gonna love mine. I just really love those other ones. And I have looked at this for so long that I see every single flaw. Like when I look at it, I don't feel, I hate to say this, but I don't feel proud because I'm just kind of burnt out on it. I just see all the mistakes I made. You know, all the bumpy stitches, all the uneven stitches, all the wrinkles in the fabric. I mean, it's going to have wrinkles. I stitch in hand. But you know what I mean? It's just, I'm really criticizing it. And that's how I know I'm definitely ready to do something else, because I'm just not. I'm forcing myself to finish this one because I feel like I can't just leave it hanging in the middle. I really need to finish this whole row and get that completed. And I know I'll be happy that I did it. I'm just, like I said, I'm just burnt out. And if it continues to the point where I'm just absolutely hating it, I will take maybe just a couple days of a break from it and come back. But I'll be better off just to get it over with and just do it. So Mike, my husband, and I, if you don't already know, my husband is the mayor of our small town. And I think it was the year before he was elected. It was like, I think it was I don't know. Was it the year he was elected? I think it was like a few weeks before he was actually sworn in. So he wasn't mayor yet. I could be wrong on this because I can't really remember. But he had been handed the torch of, by default, of helping with the craft fair in our town, the Christmas craft fair. Let me double check this to make sure it's right. Yeah. So basically, the person who was doing it left that job, and somebody had to take over, and he was already affiliated with the Chamber of Commerce, and he was getting ready to be sworn in and all that stuff. So he had to go over there and help with the craft fair. Well, I was a I was a vendor at the craft fair. I was selling stuff, and so was my mother-in-law. So we were already there. So what happened was I ended up helping him that day of getting people their tables, they were selling hot dog plates, so he was busy doing that. So if somebody had a problem, I tried to help fix it. And then my mother-in-law helped man my table while I was helping him. Well, that turned into me and him taking over the craft fair. Because the next person that was hired in for that job to do the event was not someone who was really into doing craft fairs, if you know what I mean. They were better at other types of events. So we just continued to do it. So we did it until 2020 when the pandemic hit. We would do the craft fair every year. I was the main organizer, and then he would just do what I needed him to do. He would do my labor and just help in any way I needed help because he's busy. I mean, he has 2 jobs. So basically I was doing the craft fair. And it's hard to find volunteers for that because it's so close to Christmas and people just like, they have other things going on, and I don't know. It's just hard to find volunteers. So we would have like maybe 1 or 2 volunteers every year to help us. And it was a lot of work. I ended up stopping my own table, not being a vendor, because I couldn't do both. So anyway, in 2020 was the pandemic, and also, more importantly, my mom was very sick. So I was taking care of 2 houses. I was going over to her house 2 or 3 times a day to make her meals, do the cleaning, take care of her animals, whatever she needed me to do. And then doing the same thing at my house and homeschooling my son. So I was very busy. Plus, this was at the height of the pandemic, and I did not feel comfortable having a craft fair during a pandemic. So I said I would not be helping out. Let me see. So the tourism director for the town, went ahead and scheduled the craft fair, but I believe they ended up canceling it before it happened or something. I honestly can't remember because I had my hands full. My mom was really sick, so I can't remember the details. I don't think they had the event. They could have. I don't think they did, though. I think it got canceled. So, this year, things are a little bit back to normal. And I told my husband, I said, my husband is, he was volunteering for the craft fair that day. He was going to carry on his job that he always does. And the tourism director would run the craft fair because I basically said I wasn't doing it. I mean, there was somebody who actually gets paid to do it. And it's a lot of work. And I have my hands full. I have a lot going on that I'm responsible for. And, I said, no, I'm not going to do it. So I told my husband, I said, now I'll help you that day. I'll come in, I'll make coffee, I will help people, I will, do refreshments, whatever you need me to do. Oh, last time we sold Chick-fil-A biscuits. I said, I'll sell Chick-fil-A biscuits, whatever you want me to do. I will help you that day, but I'm not putting the event on. I'm not organizing the whole event. So he said, okay. Well, the person in charge of that resigned from their job yesterday. So first thing my husband said was, well, I guess we're doing a craft fair. Let me get a drink of coffee. So I'm back to doing it. It's in 1 month. So I didn't pick the venue. It's a new venue, so I don't know. Here's the good news. The venue is at the primary school across from my house. So I literally live maybe 200 feet, 250 feet from the venue. So that's good. But it's different. It's bigger than the venue we used before. but it doesn't have the same amenities, and I'm kind of worried about that. But yeah, I'm not happy about it because a lot of the things have already been like started, but it's not the way I do things, so I got to pick up where someone else has left off. And because I'm a crafter myself, I always did it in the way that I thought was best for the crafters. And when somebody's not a crafter, they don't always understand like how craft fairs, how vendors need things and how things work. It's more just about what's easier for them. And I'm like, I was ranting to my husband. I'm like, this isn't right and that isn't right and da 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 da. And I was just going off, and he's just like, okay, we'll get it done. We'll get it done. So anyway, I don't know. So, yeah. My thing is, if somebody, here's the thing. I know how much time it takes for people to make handmade items. People work on this stuff for a long time. Some people work on it all year. Some people work on it for 6 months, but they're working in all their free time. They're killing themselves to get these products out, to get ready for these Christmas craft fairs. And they don't want to come rent a table and do all this work to not make any sales. The whole point is to get people in to get these items sold, to make sales. And also, I don't like having non-crafty items at craft fairs. I don't think, unless you have empty tables, I don't think people should be bringing stuff that's not crafty. I'm not going to name any names, but maybe y'all understand what I'm saying. Things that are not handmade, or, it should be handmade items, baked goods, crafted things. We have woodworkers, artists, painters, quilters, crocheters, jewelry makers, things like that. That's what you want there. So one year, I'm sorry if I offend anyone by saying this, but one year the organizer had sold a spot to somebody. Well, okay, so here's what happened the last time I did it. It was the census. It was the 2020 census, which was conducted in, it was 2019 when this craft fair was. So this lady called, and she asked if there was a spot, and she was told there was not a spot or something like that. Anyway, she shows up the morning of the craft fair, and not only does she show up saying that she had a spot that she didn't have, but she brought a stranger with her. She brought someone with her that sold the bath fitter, which is like the people that come in and cover your bathtub or shower with new material. She brought that lady too. And they're just standing there waiting for a table. And I was like, she had called me 2 times and I had told her we didn't have a table. She's like, well, so-and-so told me that they could fit me in. I was so mad. Because what I told her, I said, okay, because you're with the census and I support the census. I said, I will squeeze you in this little space, because what it was, we had a vendor that didn't show up. I said, you can have this table if you got to pay the fee. And I said, but no, the other lady, no. Because what bath fitter does is they sit there and, like, I hate to say harass, but they kind of harass people. I better edit this out. I might have like 20 people who sell bath fitter tubs. Y'all please don't hate me. It's just that, okay, anytime we have a festival or something and the bath fitter people come, they're like going, win $1,000, enter to win, enter to win. Can you come see me and talk to me? We're doing a drawing. And it aggravates me because what happens is they get people to fill out the form that they think they're going to win money, and it goes into a box, and then they use those cards to cold call people and try to sell them bathtubs. I told my husband, I said, you know, if your stuff is that good, people will come to you looking for it. You don't have to like trick people into giving you their name and address. And I just feel like it's unethical to do that. And because I'm going on a rant, I've lost my place. I keep looking at the pattern like, where am I? Anyway, yeah. So, I don't think things like that belong at craft fairs. Oh, let me see. I sincerely apologize if I offended in any way. So, yeah. But, you know, when someone calls and they say, or, you know, they'll call me and they'll be like, okay, listen, I need electricity. I need this spot. And I know why they need it. I know, you know, because of what they sell, what they need. And I try to help people get what they want and try to make everybody happy. And, you know, so I put a lot of pressure on myself to do that. And I get upset if I can't give somebody what they want. I take it to heart. I take it way too serious, really. Because I just feel like these people are my people. And I want to do a good job for them. Because I have done many craft fairs where they weren't promoted or whatever. And you sit there with all your stuff and people aren't coming in. You're not making any sales because nobody's there. And then you do a craft fair that is well organized, well promoted, and you have a great day. And it makes all the difference. So, because whenever I do it, I'm doing it for Christmas money. I'm doing it to get my kids Christmas, you know. So, it's important to me to sell my stuff. So, yeah. So, we'll see. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm just worried. And I don't consider myself a controlling person. But when it comes to something like this, where I feel like it's my job to do the good job, I feel like because haven't been given full control, because I'm picking up in the middle, that I'm just like out of sorts. So, therapy hour with Crystal. Oh gosh. I really need to just stop and just re-record this and not say any of that stuff. Because all I'm doing is venting, and that's not fair to y'all. I don't need to be venting. What I do need to do is end this thread because it's getting raggedy. Here's that clock ticking. The clock is above our TV stand and we can't reach it. Because we put the clock up and then got a new TV stand, and it takes up more space, so we can't get to our clock. My husband's like, I guess I'm going to have to get some kind of ladder, and I'm moving my leg. He's like, I guess I'm going to have to get some kind of ladder and get that clock down so it's the wrong time because of daylight savings time. And I keep getting so confused. I hate daylight savings time for so many reasons. And this is the first year that I remember in fall back that I am, this is so weird, I have been going to sleep later. Like, instead of going to sleep earlier because of the time change, because if you're used to going to sleep at, say, 11, you're going to get sleepy at 10. Well, for me, it's more like 12. I'm staying up later. My sleep's all messed up. So, Parker, poor thing, he He had nightmares last night. He was crying in his sleep. I couldn't at all get him awake from him. I was trying not to scare him awake. I was trying to like gently wake him up, but I woke up to him crying, and he was bad. So I don't know. He did that a lot last night. He had a lot of bad dreams. So I don't know. He may be really tired today. Let's see. Yesterday, I worked on my Mill Hill Santa, Allegheny Santa, and oh my gosh, I love it so much. And, okay, so y'all may not remember this, but on my last floss tube, I had mentioned that there were 2 packs of beads that came with it. I lost one of the packs of beads, so I went online and had found, a seller that sold all the beads I needed, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give myself a couple days, and if I don't find them, I'll just go ahead and order them, but I may find them, so I'll wait before I order all these. And my husband said, well, I found that 1 pack on the love seat, and I stuck it on your project bag, but he said your bag. And I thought, well, if he found a pack of beads, I bet that's where the other beads are. So I lifted up my love seat cushion, and there they were. So I was very happy to find my beads, and I'll show y'all. It's coming together. So it is hard working with 3 strands. Let me show you the back. The back is like really crazy because the 3 strands and trying to put them under there. And that big carry right there because I got lazy. But I'm loving this. So the only regular stitches I have left, I think, are his boots right here. And then I can go in and do the beading, which I've never done before, but they do have really good instructions. And I know there's YouTube videos, so I'm not worried about it. Sorry. But I'm enjoying this so much. I can't wait to start another one. I really, really love this. It's a little weird sometimes because holding it from over here and trying to stitch on this side was kind of tough. So now normally what I would do is I would flip it over, but because of the way these lines of stitching were, I was afraid if I flipped it over that I would mess them up. So I just did it like this. Just kind of held it. And I knew all of this would be cut around, so if it's bent or warped, it'll be fine. But yeah, I'm loving that. So I love all of those Santas. The Arctic ones, I don't know. They have so many different sets of those Santas. I love them all. Alright, let me see where I'm at. I've got 1 more row of these to go. So I'm going to start up here. I wonder how I'm doing on time. 28. Okay, I guess I'll stop there. So I'm at 28 minutes. And we're trucking away. So we'll see. We'll see how much I get done before my next floss tube. And I was hoping to get done with this by the end of the week, but don't think I'm going to. I still have to finish the roof, fill in the house, do the little bits, snowflakes, and the border. So unless I devote a whole day to it, which maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I just need to devote a whole day to it and just get it done. Yeah, I just have so many other things that I'm enjoying working on. I don't know if I want to do that. So, okay, well, you guys have a great day. If you've stuck around, thank you for letting me vent about nothing. Alright, guys, I will see you soon. Oh, yeah. if I haven't already, I may have said this on Monday, but the next Zoom meetup will be Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern time until, I think I put 11 or 11:30. I'll try to, as long as people are on, I'll go as long, you know, if I need to go later, I can go a little bit later. But generally, Parker is ready for me to get off of there by 11:30. So I may not be able to go later than that. But yeah, so I hope you can join us for the Zoom. And if you don't know how to do Zoom, my advice to you is just to go to YouTube and click how to install Zoom, how to sign on to Zoom, how to join a meeting on Zoom, and do it that way. And honestly, if you go, I'm pretty sure if you go to my post from last week, that meeting room is open. So you can practice and log on to that meeting room. I won't be in there, but it will let you join. So it should let you join. So you could click the direct link and just practice if you want to. As far as I know, it's still open. It's not closed. So if you want to do that, you can do that too. All right, guys, have a great Wednesday, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.